Right, so the recorder has started, Mr. Shugo, and before we start, let's have a technical check first. So can you hear me well, Mr. Shugo?
Yes, I can.
Okay, and I hope that you are using a PC or a laptop because that is the one that is appropriate to use for this speaking test.
I'm using my laptop.
All right, there you are. Very good for that, Mr. Shugo. So for this one, let me have this one. Let me share my screen to you, Mr. Shugo. All right, there you are. Can you see my screen now, Mr. Shugo?
Yes.
Okay, so
Uh,
here in this one, we will have the Mirai Cebu monthly test, and for that is for monthly test number 8. So we
I
have the
see.
listening part, reading, writing, and speaking. So this
Mm,
will be the inclusion of this speaking test. So first, we will have the listening, reading, and the writing. For listening, we have 20 questions that would last for 15 minutes, the reading part with 15 questions and it will last for 20 minutes. The writing part with only one question and this will last for 20 minutes and that is a total of 55 minutes. Now for the speaking test, Mr. Shugo, we have at least 5 to 7 questions that would last for 10 minutes. All right.
okay.
Okay, let me unshare my screen, Mr. Shugo. So now, it is told to us to start from the speaking test, so we can have a recording of the how you speak. So we will start from the speaking test. All right. Okay, let's start. So again, good morning to you, Mr. Shugo, and this is your speaking test now. My name is Marisol, and I will be your examiner for today. So, Mr. Shugo, I want you to please speak in English loudly and clearly throughout the test. And you may ask me to repeat the questions, but only in English. Are you ready, Mr. Shugo?
Yes, I'm ready.
Oh, well, very good. All right, now, for the first question, so what is your name?
My name is Shugo Kanatani.
Very good. Can you spell your last name, please?
Kanatani.
Oh, wow, perfect. All right. So for our speaking test, we will have 3 parts. And for part 1, let's talk about shopping. So
Mm-hmm.
for the first question, Mr. Shugo, when you go shopping, do you prefer to pay for the things in cash or by card?
I prefer paying by card. By
Oh,
card.
by card. And why is it that by card, Mr. Shugo?
By card or what do you call the kind of way I can by using my smartphone?
It's
Using my smart through my
digital or
yeah.
online.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yes, yes,
Is
yes.
it an application that is
Mm.
in only in your country? Because here in the Philippines we have the one thing we call GCash.
Oh, yeah, something like that. There are
Oh,
some companies, the ways that we always use like an app to pay.
oh, okay, I see that. Okay, thank you
Mm-hmm.
so much for that answer, Mr. Shuko. So now let's have another question. Do you
Mm.
ever save money to buy special things?
Save money to buy special thing. Oh, when I was little, I belonged to a baseball club, but one day I wanted to buy a new baseball glove. Uh-huh. So yeah, like in every week, my father gave me like 300 yen, but baseball gloves are very expensive, so I saved the 300 yen every week. Yeah, and that yeah, finally
Oh wow. And
was
how
able to.
long? How long it took you to
Uh
buy that baseball glove?
every week 300 yen and 4 weeks 100, almost 1 year.
Ah, that's long. Oh, it must be too expensive.
Yes, yes, they're
Oh.
very expensive, so
Hmm.
it took time, 1 year.
Oh. Oh, but luckily you have saved enough to buy that glove.
Yes, I was able to my
Oh, how
to
about
control
now?
myself.
How about now that you are now working on your own, Mr. Shuko? Have you ever saved to buy something?
Uh, I basically I don't need to save because I have some savings.
Mm.
So I can pay by cash. But maybe after buying something, maybe I would how can I decide, made up my mind to save money a little bit.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that was a very good answer. Thank you so much for that, Mr. Shugo. Now for the next one, would you ever take a job which had low pay?
Yes.
Oh yes. Oh, why is it, Mr. Shugo?
Mm, yeah, actually my current job is doesn't pay enough
Oh,
money
really?
compared to the average of my age generation, but I think it's okay if
Oh.
they don't pay well because the my first priority, current priority is like experience, having experience or getting skills and knowledge. So yeah, money, salary is not so important.
Okay,
Yes.
as long as you gain the experience that you needed for
Mm-hmm.
the future plan that you are having.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
right.
Oh wow, that's a very good answer. Okay, and that is the end of the first part of our speaking test.
Mm,
Now for the part two of our speaking test, Mr. Shugo, I am going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. And
mhm.
before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say, and you can make some notes if you wish, and that is all. Okay, so
Okay.
are you ready now, Mr. Shugo?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so for the topic that I will be giving to you, I want you to describe an interesting discussion you had as a part of your work or your studies. All right? Okay, so
Okay.
here's what I want you to say, Mr. Shugo. You should say what is the subject of the discussion, two, who you discuss the subject with, and number three, explain why you found the discussion interesting. Okay, I will paste that information in our chat box, Mr. Sugar, so you can have a reference.
Mm-hmm. Oh no.
Okay, I can't find the chat box. Where
You can't find?
is it? Why is it missing in my?
Oh, maybe-
Can you send a message, Mr. Sugar, and say,
oh
oh,
yeah.
there it is. I found it. I already found it. All right. So
Mm,
that is the
okay.
thing that you have to include in your discussion. Okay, I will repeat it again, Mr. Sugar. I want you to describe an interesting discussion you had as a
Interesting
part
discussion.
of your work or studies. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so now, Mr. Sugar, you can have a minute to work on the ideas or to organize your ideas in that one. Let me know if
Mm-hmm.
you're ready, Mr. Sugar.
Right. Okay, ready.
All right. You may start now, Mr. Shugo.
Mhm. We talked about discuss like a rechargeable battery versus like I don't know what to call this one in English, but solid battery, like a brand new rechargeable battery. Now, a lot of researchers and experts are improving. Yeah. And as you mean, rechargeable batteries are used in your laptop or computer and a lot of devices. And now, brand new, like, let's say solid battery. I don't know what to call this one, but brand new battery can, like, yeah, the interesting point is they are very like convenient and they are safer than the rechargeable battery, and it can contain like a lot of energy, a lot of electricity in it. Yes, that's the interesting point. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mention, but I talked about it with my boss and with like an one expert of this industry of this area. Mm. So this brand new rechargeable battery can halve the time of recharging the battery
Mm. Isn't it a
compared to
isn't it a power bank? Like something like that?
power bank.
Oh, yes.
No, it's it's an battery
It's a real battery. So,
like
on
an
what kind of gadgets or devices you can use it, Mr. Shugo?
oh, as of today we can't use it.
Oh,
Maybe
it's still under process.
on the process, maybe a little tiny thing. Maybe we can use it, use the battery for little tiny one. But in the future, like we are considering using that brand new battery for like cars and trucks, lorries, something like that.
Is it something that is disposable, Mr. Shugo?
Disposable. Mm, I'm not sure, but it's rechargeable, so it
Oh,
doesn't take time
oh,
to
it's
recharge.
it's also rechargeable, but it
Mm,
has a very long life that you can use it.
yes, yes, yes,
Oh,
yes. Can have very a lot more amount of electricity. Mm-hmm.
okay, yes, that sounds
Mm,
very interesting, Mr. Shiga. Okay, thank you so much for that. So, is that all you have to say regarding that interesting discussion that you had?
mm-hmm. Yes,
Okay, very
that's
good for
it.
that, Mr. Shiga. Thank you so much for that. Now, let's go to the last part of our speaking test for today. So, here in this one, we will have some interesting discussions and we will be having three questions for this one. Now let's start, Ms. Suga. For number
Mhm.
one, question number one, why is it good to discuss problems with other people?
Why is it good to discuss a problem with other people? What? Yeah, I think it's good because you can discuss it. You know, if you're alone, if you think about if you try to solve a problem alone, maybe you can have only one or two solutions. But on the other hand, if you discuss it with others, others might have like more ideas than you can have. So, yeah.
Wow, yes, that's a very good point, Mr. Sugar. Of course,
Hmm.
we can get different ideas from other
Different, yeah,
people.
different ideas. Yeah.
Okay, very good for that. Now, for question number two, Mr. Sugar, do you think that it's better to talk to friends and not family about problems?
Uh, it depends. For example, like mm, I don't know, but like in your like if you have like an love romantic thing, maybe you should talk about it with your friends. But
Oh,
on the other hand, like money trouble, maybe you shouldn't talk about it as helpful friends.
okay. So it depends on what kind of problem you are having.
Mm-hmm. Right,
Okay.
right,
Okay.
exactly.
Good job for that, Mr. Shugo. Now, here's the last question for the speaking test. So, for number three, which communication skills are most important when taking part in meetings with colleagues?
Which communication skills? What kind of communication skills? Like an like an speaking skill.
Oh, yes, you can say that, Mr. Shugo. When you are taking part in a meeting with your colleague, what do you think is the most important communication skills?
Hmm? Sorry.
Oh, when you are taking part in a meeting with your colleagues or workmates,
Mm-hmm.
what do you
Mm-hmm.
think is the most important communication skills?
Communication skills. Uh, hmm. Yeah, like in mm, I think basically there are two skills like speaking and listening.
Okay, so why
But
do you think that those are important?
especially I think speaking is more important because I don't have that skill. I'm not good at speaking in front of people, but just listening doesn't solve the problem. It doesn't bring the any. I don't know, but it depends. But yeah, we have to discuss. We have to speak and speak and speak. So yeah, just listening is. I think it's not good.
Okay,
Yeah.
so both are important, but the speaking skills
Mm,
is more important because that
mm-hmm.
is the way that you can explain or express your ideas, especially during a meeting.
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
Oh, okay. Very good for that, Mr. Shugo. So you have given me such interesting and good points with your answer. And
Mm,
that will be the end of our speaking test, Mr. Shugo. Thank you so much for that. Now
mm,
we will proceed now on the three parts of our speaking test, which is the listening, reading, and writing. All right. But first,
mm.
Mr. Shugo, let me send you the link of our speaking test so you can answer it on your own. There you are.
Okay.
Click it now, Mr. Sugar. Okay, so are you there on the site now, Mr. Sugar?
Oh yes.
Okay, let me share my screen to you. So let me see. Are we having the same page of the screen?
Mhm. Oh yes, we are.
Okay, so for this one, let's start from the listening part. So let's click the listening part, Mr. Sugar.
Part.
Okay, so our
Yes.
listening part has four is divided into four parts. So for part one, we have multiple choice, and that is a number of five questions. We have the second part, another multiple choice, five questions also. We have the gap fill with another five questions. And we have the true or false with another 5 points, and that is in the total of 20 points. So let's check. I think we'll have a moment, Mr. Sugar. So here in the listening part, we will spend 15 minutes. All right. Okay. Just a moment. Okay, now let's have this one, Mr. Sugar. Can you see this gray box on your screen?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you can click that one so you can have a bigger size of your speaking test.
Oh,
All right,
I see.
and all you have to do is type your email here, and you
Uh-huh.
have to type your first name and last name. Then all you have to do is to click next. Then you can start answering your listening test.
Next.
Okay, so are you there on your test now, Mr. Sugar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Great.
so
Me on
for
listening.
15 minutes, okay, so I want you to have that in 15 minutes or more or less, Mr. Sugar. Just let me know if you're finished, all right?
Okay.
Okay, I will be just muting my microphone for a while.
Okay. Hi, I finished the listening part.
Okay, so how was the listening part, Mr. Shugo?
Mm, maybe because it's all in the morning. I couldn't, yeah, I wasn't able to focus on
and
listening. But yeah.
you can only hear the audio once, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
So I guess we don't have enough time for
Mm,
the writing and the reading part. So you can have that on your free time, Mr. Sugar. So are you able
okay.
to
Mm.
finish this within the day? Oh,
Yes.
oh, is it okay if
Uh,
it is not Mr. Sugar as long as you will notify me when you will finish it so
uh-huh.
I can
Mm,
inform the person who is in charge
mm,
for the result of your test.
mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so
The
are you
link.
able to save the link, Mr. Sugar?
Yes, I
Okay.
did. I
Okay, so
can
that's good.
copy
So
that.
you can just continue the reading and the writing part on your free time. All right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so that will be all for this monthly test, Mr. Shugo. I just want you to give some short feedback about the
Mm,
speaking test that you have done. So for the speaking test, Mr. Shugo, I can see that you can directly answer the questions, but sometimes you are pausing just to think of what you have to say, but that is good because
mm-hmm.
you can think of something and organize your ideas to have a very interesting and a good point when you are
Mm-hmm.
answering. So I think that will be all. And I already mentioned it to you from our previous lesson that you have a really good pronunciation. So it's not a big problem regarding your pronunciation. And that is very good. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So for some points to improve, Mr. Shugo, I think that all you have to do is to keep on practicing that to be continuous or a spontaneous speaker of the English language.
Spontaneous speaker.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
okay. So that is all you have to do, Mr. Shugo, and keep on studying and practicing. So you will be improving in sooner or later.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
Thank you.
I think Touchstone 4 is the last book that
Yeah.
the Touchstone is offering you. So are you gonna use the business results for the next lesson so
I
I
don't
can write it
know.
on your next lesson.
Do you have this book, Viewpoint?
Oh, viewpoint. Okay, yes. Do you
Uh-huh.
have a copy of that, Mr. Sugar?
Not yet, but
Mm,
I'm gonna, yeah,
okay.
order.
Let me show you the viewpoint, Mr. Sugar. So this is the viewpoint that we have. Where is it? Let me just see. Ah,
Mm-hmm.
why is it? I don't have an access on it.
Okay.
Bible. Oh,
Oh, you can't.
okay. Yes.
You're
I
not
maybe
allowed.
I have to. I have to
Mm.
inform the admins that
Mm.
I want to have an access on it.
Mm. But yeah,
But
it's
yes, we
okay.
have
I
that book,
will.
Mr. Sugar. So which viewpoint copy do you have? I think we
Viewpoint.
have this one. Ah, there you are. We have two books of viewpoint. So which one would you like, Mr. Sugar?
Which one? Viewpoint
Mm-hmm.
one?
Okay, so
Viewpoint one.
viewpoint one. So that is the lesson that I will write on the next lesson for you, Mr. Sugar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so thank
Yes,
you so
please.
much for today, Mr. Sugar. I hope that you'll have a very good day and I hope that you can find some time to finish your monthly test.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, I
Okay,
will.
thank you so much for today, Mr. Sugar. Goodbye. See you.
Thank you. Bye.